Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Julie and we are still counting down in the small space series and we have 2 episodes left. My team and I scoured the internet and we were thumbing through all of my design magazines and all of these online publications. Today's video is a little bit different. I really wanted to bring you my favorite in tiny house tours and all of the creative solutions that you can gain from it to implement into your own small space. We went through dozens and dozens of tiny house tours and we whittled down our favorites to the top 2. I'll be taking you through a series of photos, essentially walking you through this tiny house tour, and I want to show you what I see. Basically dissecting every single element so you know what to bring and adopt into your own small space. The first tiny house tour is brought to you by Kim Lewis. It's a mid-century mobile home that was featured in Lonnie magazine. This tiny house is located in Austin, Texas, and it's made of 2 gooseneck trailers to create an L-shaped home. You'll see that the exterior of this tiny home is fabulous. There's so much color, so much dimension, so many levels, so many layers. I mean, I was really drawn to this image the minute I saw it. I love that walking up onto this deck, there's multicolored steps. I mean, you really could have just stopped at black and white or a single color, but Kim designed this in a way where it was colorful, it's fun, and it's just full of personality. The deck itself is removable, so these panels are made up of metal scrims that are joined together by a wood frame. Beyond the steps is the sliding entry doors. All of the doors are a series of glass sliders. This gives you full visibility into the outdoor space while still having maximum privacy. What you gain is the visibility, a beautiful view, and a ton of natural light. Of course, what you lose is wall space. You'll see that all of these sliding doors have drapery panels installed up top for full privacy. Once you walk inside the sliding entry doors, the home is split up by 3 different compartments. The first one is the common areas, then there is a middle patio space, and once you move to the rear portion, that's the private sleeping area. When you first enter the common area, you're met with the living room. Kim had designed this space with a simple 3-seater sofa with a surfboard-shaped coffee table. The walls are clad in horizontal wood panels, and above the sofa, there is a long, narrow window to allow natural light to stream through. You can see that this space is personalized with marquee lights to pay tribute to where they live, Austin, Texas. This is such a cool way to personalize the space. Moving on to the lighting. Even in a small space, you can always layer lighting. They have a combination of recessed lights, these cool gold-trimmed DIY pendants, and a floor lamp even in this tiny space. To the rear of the trailer, you're met with the kitchen. The kitchen island has a foldable ledge that can also be used as a makeshift dining table, which is great because not only does it free up space, it gives you the necessary clearances to pass through from space to space. I love that Kim injected bold use of color here with this turquoise peninsula. After reading the article, I found that this peninsula is actually a movable island. It sits on casters, so you can move it around the space and use it as a makeshift bar. You can keep it in the kitchen for extra prep surface, or you can fold it out and turn it into a huge dining table. The refrigerator is hidden in under-counter drawer compartments to allow for extra surface and storage space without the bulkiness of a full-size refrigerator. One of the aspects to this design that really excited me was the fact that it just starts with a black and white neutral color palette. You can see that Kim injected bold use of color with strategic elements. There's not a ton of color. The colors are brought through one painted surface or a really bold area rug, and the rest is simply just black and white. Instead of feeling dark and moody, this black kitchen actually feels really cool and edgy. The floating shelves are white, so it gives it that contrast, and the brackets are really made of old leather belts. If you look closely, you can see that no two are the same. They're definitely vintage belts because you can even see the little belt holes. You can easily thrift old leather belts, or you can cut strips from old leather scraps and use it as a makeshift bracket to pair with an IKEA shelf. Such a brilliant use of everyday materials and found objects. So from the living area and the kitchen, you traverse into the middle portion of the gooseneck trailer and you're met with an open air patio. This small cozy space is injected with bold color and patterns, so it still feels fun and very lively. You'll see that there was a definite color palette that was used in the space. Allow your upholstery to decide the color palette for you. Kim may have used the colors on this bench seat back to inspire the color palette for her entire design. There's the option of closing off the screen and allowing the patio to be private while still enjoying the fresh air. They installed a ceiling fan inside to circulate the air, which is especially needed with the Texas heat. You can see that there's also open space below the bench for backstock storage, but in this case, they added an extra area with a cushion for their dogs to hang out and relax. So from the patio, we are moving on to the private sleeping quarters, which is essentially the bedroom and a closet. To the left of the entry sliding doors, there is an entry valet station, which is made up of open and closed storage. Above this area, they made great use of the slanted ceilings by creating a makeshift attic space. I love the use of materials in this entry. Instead of just a typical gypsum ceiling, you can see that Kim designed it with wood slats instead. This makes the entry feel open, airy, and brings all that beautiful light through the space. There are two barn doors that lead to the bathroom. I love this use of a sliding barn door because it doesn't even feel farmhouse. The barn door track helps save space because you don't need to swing the doors in and out. The copper panels are a modern way to update this typical farmhouse look. There's enough space to fit in a low queen bed with a ceiling fan above. They made great use of this split level feature in the trailer with a custom closet and laundry area. There are steps leading up to the walk-in closet area. The grab bars are super functional when helping to climb up to the closet area, and it's also a great spot to hang your clothes. There are so many features to this tiny home that I am absolutely obsessed with. Number one, it's a black and white color palette. I think black and white is such a classy foundation for any style of home. Whether your style is mid-century modern like this, fun and eclectic, bohemian, transitional, I mean, black and white is such a classic way to start layering a ton of color and pattern into the space. Do you have a favorite element from this tiny home? Let me know in the comments below. This next tiny home is brought to you by Build Tiny. They're an award-winning, road-registered, tiny homes on wheels developer from New Zealand. These tiny homes are sold as complete new builds or empty shells for you to inject all of your DIY fun. This turnkey, completely equipped, built tiny home is perfect for those who want to live a minimalistic life. Featured on Apartment Therapy, Cyril the tiny house is 8 meters long by 2.7 meters wide by 4.2 meters high, making the home feel luxuriously spacious and functional. The manner in which it was fabricated makes it easy for transportation. It's a great option for those who want to dedicate their lives to being on the road. The home's exterior is fabricated from light aluminum cladding in a steel frame. Upon opening the accordion doors of the main entry, you are instantly met with the living room. The accordion door allows for super easy access in and out of the home. It folds completely out of the way for the ultimate in indoor-outdoor living. This space is large enough to fit a small sectional or a 3-seater sofa. The living room also features this huge picture window, which brings in a ton of natural light. Right off the living room, you're met with the kitchen. The L-shaped layout of the kitchen allows for an optimal work and dining space, not to mention the abundance of cabinet storage. Bonus points for the built-in ledge located directly outside the kitchen window. I love how butcher block really warms up this industrial-looking space. The drop-leaf peninsula tabletop is another key feature of this small kitchen that allows for a functional surface prep area as well as additional dining. The bathroom is located right beyond the kitchen. Since the sink is placed on top of an open shelving system, it maximizes storage space and is the perfect spot to store linens, home decor items, and even indoor plants. There are even pull-out cubicle drawers with an open face in the vertical space adjacent to the shower. It's such a great use of open cabinet space that gives you an option for both open and concealed storage. The stairs are an ingenious design feature since they also double as additional storage. There are pull-out drawers on the lower steps, as well as a tall vertical pantry cabinet for the upper steps. Since these cabinets are adjacent to the kitchen, there is plenty of storage space. As you traverse up the steps, you're met with this huge bedroom. I mean, it's large enough to fit a queen-size bed, and I love how they've made use of every single square inch with a built-in closet and shelving system. There are open cubbies that allow for any type of storage, large or small. There are even closed cabinets that conceal longer garments and other items that may clutter the area. The built-in closet and shelving system also features countertop surface for additional display. Coming down the steps and up the ladder, you're introduced to the office and workspace. This is located directly above the living room. It provides enough space for two people to work and create. While the office space isn't huge, it's very functional. This is the perfect solution for a small and narrow space. All you need to do is install a piece of lumber for a floating surface and boom, a working desk in no time at all. In the center of the home, there's a drying rack that can be stored away on a pulley system. The drying rack can easily be put away and out of sight. I love that this is such a pet-friendly interior with this built-in cat bridge that spans across the entire tiny home. The saying tiny but mighty could not be more true for Cyril the tiny house. Although it's drastically smaller than your typical small home, I mean, it still provides enough room for living, dining, kitchen, bedroom, bathroom, even a work-from-home office. If you want to see more from this tiny home, I encourage you to check out Build Tiny's YouTube channel. They share all of the details from their featured homes. There's so much you can gain from all of these cool designs. This Build Tiny home is a completely blank slate. As you can see, they also started out with a black and white palette. It's a perfect foundation to start injecting your personality and customizing it to suit your lifestyle and needs. Think about where you would add color. Maybe with a fun wall treatment, some wallpaper. How about pattern and texture? This is where you can get really creative with all of your furnishings. If you have all white walls, why not try a neutral sofa anchored by really colorful accent chairs? Maybe bring in some color with a custom coffee table, like this wood and resin table featured in Build Tiny. I hope you got some really good ideas from both of these tiny house tours. There is no excuse for not injecting your space with all of the design features that you know and love. Whether or not you found them in large spaces, super tiny spaces, I think that there's just so much inspiration out there, and all you have to do is really keep your eyes open and start dissecting all of the images layer by layer. We only have one episode left for this series, and I cannot wait to get started on this video. It's time I hear from the viewers. I want to thank you all for joining me in this small space series. That last episode is all about me giving back to you, the viewers, who have really helped my channel grow. We are now at 300,000 subscribers, and I really couldn't have done it without you. So thank you so much for your likes, your comments, your shares, your subscriptions, your support. I mean, everything that the channel is today is because of the viewers, and I am so excited to finally give back. If you like this video and you're loving the small space series so far, please give this video a thumbs up. Comment below and let me know if you have any questions when it comes to designing your small space. Share this video and series with all of your design-loving friends out there, and definitely subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Click that little notification bell to be notified of new videos that we drop every Tuesday. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next week.